And welcome to my video. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about failure and regrets. Important, really important. I heard a very good quote or sentence or whatever you want to say it. Let me read it. Don't fear the failure, but be terrified of regret. Okay, so we are sort of programmed from young on to do everything sort of perfect because we want to please our parents and we don't want to look stupid in the eyes of our friends. And so we do our very best never to make a mistake. How's that working? How is that working? Well, we're sort of drilled in that in our childhood. So we carry that with us. That's just sort of the setting. However, we can only learn from our own failures. When we make mistakes, we got to search for other ways of doing something, whatever it is. You got to use your creative mind. If something doesn't work, how to do it. It's not like, oh boy, I failed, I'm a failure. No, you're not. Okay, it failed. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to be. How can I make it work? How can I find a way that it will work and that I will get a result that I'm going to like? Very important. That's the way to grow. Was I raised that way? No, of course I wasn't raised that way. I tried to do everything perfect. I was Little Miss Perfect. Did my very best to be as perfect as possibly can be. Does that give you a lot of problems? Yeah, it can, because sometimes you do, or me, I didn't want to do certain things because I knew I didn't have the knowledge or the capabilities to do something. So I went like, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to fail. And this is where the thing comes in around the corner. This is where regret comes in, because as you get older, and as you probably can see, I'm not 21 anymore. You look back and you go like, oh dang, I should have. If only I wish I did. Then you can go two ways. You can beat yourself up over that, and I'm not doing that anymore. But the other way is like, you know what? I didn't, and that's okay. I am aware of that now. I realize that now. I'm not going to do that anymore. When I fail, or when I want to do something and it might be a challenge, I might not be feeling confident about it, I'm going to do it anyway. And if I fail, you know what? Who cares? Because, a very good book was written, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business. So what my surroundings may say has nothing to do with me. That's their opinion. That's not me. The only thing is, how do I feel about the fact that I undertook something and it didn't really work out the way I was anticipating or hoping for? If it's worth my while, I'll try again. How can I make it better? How can I make it work? It's very simple. And it doesn't always work in a set time schedule. Sometimes you need to give yourself a little bit more time. Just allow yourself to work through the perceived failure and just create the way you want to create it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I thought this was a really good one because, you know what? So many of us are absolutely raised in don't make a failure. So we're fearful of making a failure. We're so full of fear to make a failure. And it's just, you know what? That's the only way to really learn. That's the only way to learn. When you fail, you're going to learn. Maybe hard, maybe tough, maybe you might not feel so good. You might want to take a drink or take a walk or whatever. Just pick it up again and do it again if it's worth your while to pursue it. Because the last thing you want to do is get regrets. You should be terrified of regrets, because regrets are like nails in your coffin. You don't want to have any regrets. So this is what Edith Piaf said half a century ago in her famous song, Non, je ne regrette rien. No, I don't regret anything. So that's what it is. Just enjoy whatever you're doing. And, if it works out perfect, that's great the first time. If it doesn't, do it again and have fun with it. That's the most important thing. And at the same time, love yourself for what you're doing. Continue to love yourself. Look yourself in the mirror in those beautiful, gorgeous eyes of yours, the windows of your soul. Look yourself in the eye and say, like, I love you, because that's what it's all about. Love for yourself. That's the first thing, because if you cannot love yourself, how can you ever expect somebody else to love you? That's a whole different chapter. So I appreciate you watching this video. Leave me a comment. I would really, really appreciate it. If you have questions for me, put them downstairs in the comment box. I'd love to hear from you. Be well, take care, and have fun. Just keep on pushing. Do whatever you want to do. Take care now. Bye.